Now, this weekend in Cork and next weekend in Dublin, it's the AIB Street Performance World Championship. It's the 5th year, and we have one of the street performers who's going to take part in both events, Thom Sellectomy.
Hello.
Studio. Not your real name, I guess.
Thom Sellectomy?
Yeah.
Of course it is.
No, yes, no, yes, no. It's Jeff, actually, but that's not as witty as Thom Sellectomy. Get it, like tonsil?
Thom Sellectomy, Thom Sellectomy.
Very funny when I thought of it 20 years ago.
Yeah. You've been doing this for 20 years.
20 years, swallowing swords.
Wow.
Better me than you, huh?
Yeah, and I suppose the question is then, you know, how did you discover you could do it, and what were you doing at the time?
How? I was too drunk to remember.
Right, okay,
I think that's how I got into this mess. No, I used to be a circus clown. And while I was doing that, I met a fellow who did sword swallowing when they had sideshows. And he told me how to get started, and I was dumb enough to give it a go.
And did he say, look, son.
My mother's very proud.
This clown business isn't going to last forever. Yeah. You're going to get into sword swallowing. A lot more longevity in it.
Well, from being a clown, it was either to go into sword swallowing or politics.
Right.
So I took the sword swallowing.
A lot of clowns in family, okay, right. So, brilliant for radio, your act. It's just perfect for radio.
The sword swallowing?
Yeah.
Actually, the people can't see it, but I actually have a sword down my throat right now. You're right, though. It is. It's a strange thing to try and do sword swallowing on the radio.
Yeah, but you're a good speaker.
Well, I do have this thing we could do. We lost the person I was.
Oh yeah, no, don't.
You wait a minute.
You wait a minute. But look, you bring it, the sword. I suppose the thing that people think immediately is that it's not a real sword. That in some way it's sort of.
It is. It's all fake. I'm living a lie. That's the thing. That's why we're able to do it on radio, of course. No, it is real. It's sword swallowing is all real. It's just not right.
Yeah.
But it's anatomy and abuse thereof. Once you tip your head back, it's a straight shot down your esophagus. You just learn to relax. You overcome the gag reflex.
Right.
It sounds even worse talking about it.
How long is your thing?
My sword.
Yeah.
Is 24 inches. The longest sword that I can swallow is 24 inches.
Right. What happens if it was a bit longer? You start.
Well, I could probably do a longer sword, but only once.
Yes, yeah.
It's like that old Daffy Duck trick. It's the same thing with swallowing a sharp sword. You can only swallow a sharp sword once.
Right, so there's a blunt 24-inch sword.
It's actually a metal stick, if you want to put it that way. It's metal stick swallowing. I'm thinking they're going back to clowning or politics. Might have been a better idea at this point.
Here you go. Right, so your real story is, hi, my name is Jeff, and I swallow metal sticks, as opposed to Thom Sellectomy, and I swallow swords. But it's no.
You really are a pat on the back this morning, you.
Somebody says you sound like Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller.
You also sound like our Encarta guy. You know, we like if ever we have controversy over the pronunciation of a word, we go to the Encarta dictionary,
right?
And you can press on a thing, and he'll pronounce the word for you.
And he sounds like I do.
Yeah, he sounds.
He doesn't sound like that guy who does the weather. You know, Sergey, who does the cloudy and raining today.
No, he doesn't sound like that.
Really?
No. Say serendipity for me.
Serendipity.
Yeah, he does. He sounds like the Encarta.
Serendipity is actually one of my favorite words.
Yeah, it's a lot of people's favorite word. Why is that?
I don't know. Serendipitous reasons, perhaps.
Yes. Has swallowing swords changed your voice?
No. Well, I think I've gotten a much louder voice from all the shouting that goes with doing a street performing show, you know, because you're trying to be loud out there on the streets.
Yes, yeah.
But no, the sword swallowing isn't.
Right,
not yet.
We have an audience for you. Let's hear it. Yeah.
All right, so we'll do a sword.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do a sword then.
Swallow.
Okay, you folks at home, watch closely.
Right, it's 24-inch
this
blunt sword, and already
the ceiling is very low in here.
Yes.
I could get on my knees to do this, but it'd be a whole different thing. Here we go.
Right, so Thom Sellectomy is now. Let's go. No, you go pull it out from. Pull it out. How was that for you, Jenny?
Oh, it was so horrible.
It is. It's horrible, isn't it?
Oh, there's a slinky sensation. It's not good.
Slinky?
Yeah, I don't know. Pulling a sword out of somebody's mouth is, well, that's a new thing I've done.
Yes,
you know what you should do now is you should feel the end here where it got warm. No. Oh, she's going to do it.
You also your mouth isn't the only orifice that you sort of abuse.
I also use my nose.
Yeah.
I do. And that's kind of an interesting thing. And Now, this is where I think we can really convince people that we're doing something, even though they can't see it. This Will is the producer here.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to meet
Tom,
you out here.
Thom Sellectomy.
Hi, Tom.
I was wondering, can I borrow your eyeglasses for just a moment? And I promise you, no harm is going to come to these at all.
Right.
Now, so if you'd kind of do the play-by-play of what's happening here.
Okay.
I'm sure that Will here is going to react a little bit.
Will can't see what you're doing, but I'll tell him what you're doing, right? So
I sure can't see. I just held those up to my eyes. Here we go then.
Let's go here. I can see it.
You're not going to want to be that close, trust me.
Right, he's now placing one of the arms, if that's what they're called, into his nose.
No.
No.
I've got to wear those.
No. And it's right up. He has it in his nose right up to the hinge.
Now, you know what, though? The thing is, look at this poor man. I wouldn't want to give him back his glasses unless they were clean.
Yeah.
See, I have no problem with that, but all you do, if you sort of do phlegm or anything, that's what you're doing.
There, your glasses back.
There you go.
And he's like, hallelujah. No, don't put them on. I have some alcohol swabs for you here.
Now, obviously, you use these talents on the street as an entertainer. That's how you make your living, right? But in the privacy of your own home, is there any other uses for these talents?
For these talents?
Yeah.
No, not for me. No.
I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering. I don't know.
No, it's not. I don't really sit at home with swords and just kind of go. It's kind of a work thing.
See, I don't know. You've been living with these skills, talents for 20 years. I don't know.
You should see how fast I can down a beer, though. I think that's what got me into it. And shish kebab. Big fan of shish kebab.
Right. So just one go.
Swordfish. Love swordfish.
Hey, so is there what else have you got in your bag of tricks there?
Well, see, now with what we did with the eyeglasses, I put those up my nose as well.
I actually... No, I
can't handle that stuff.
No, I actually can't handle this.
Really? Do this one. This will be good.
Tell us what you're going to do, and then we'll stop.
All right, so I have here... This is one of those old-fashioned kind of crank drills.
Yeah.
A hand drill. And it's about the bit on there is a good, maybe 4 inches long.
Yeah.
And we're going to kind of do this.
No, I don't want to see this.
You don't want to see it?
No.
Yeah, I do.
Save it for the street.
I do.
Save it for the street.
All right, we'll save it. Huh? No, I'm going to do it.
Who wants to see it?
She wants to see it.
Whoever said you're a wuss.
I honestly don't want to see it.
Okay.
Tell them what
It's going. Okay, he's drilling it, and it is gone. No.
It's okay. It's done. You can turn around. We're all done. Just remember, I do all these things so you don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm very giving like that.
We filmed all of that. It's going to be going up on the website anyway.
Tom, you're mad.
I like the way, not only can no one at home see what has happened, but we've left you speechless. You have nothing to say to them anymore.
No, well, I can just read the brief. It's the AIB Street Performance World Championship, and it's happening in Cork this weekend, and in Dublin the next weekend, in Fitzgerald Stadium and the Mardyke in Cork, and in Merrion Square in Dublin. And when they come to Dublin, they're trying to, as part of the whole thing, create a new world record, and this sounds like great fun. At 2 o'clock on Sunday 20th of June on Upper Mount Street outside the Pepper Canister Church, they need 1,500 fans to plonk their gorgeous behinds on space hoppers and bounce like they've never bounced before to break a world record. That's going to be fun.
I'll be involved in that with a sword down my throat. I'll be bouncing on one with a... No, I won't.
I was going to say there are health and safety issues there, but that's right across your act, isn't it? Thom Sellectomy, all the way from Michigan, the US of A. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Tom...